All of you, please look at your desk. If you find A4 size blank white paper, you are lucky. And if you don't have, or if you can't find that paper, you are lucky too. You know what? I want to do a very short experiment with those of you who have the white paper on your desk. It's a very short experiment. If you are not comfortable with it, you can pass the paper to the person next to you before we start the experiment. So now I kindly request you to pick the paper and show it around. Those of you who have the paper on your desk. Okay, there are two rules for this experiment. First rule is you are not allowed to ask questions during the experiment. The second rule is you should close your eyes until I tell you to open. Okay, now we are going to start the experiment. Okay, so those of you, please take the paper and close your eyes. Pick the paper and close your eyes. Don't forget, you are not allowed to ask questions during the experiment, and you cannot open your eyes until I tell you to open. Fold the paper in half. Fold the paper in half. Okay? Once you fold the paper in half, fold it again in half. Fold the paper in half again. Okay? Now, cut off the right upper corner of the paper. Cut off the right upper corner of the paper. The right upper corner of the paper. Fold the paper in half again. Fold the paper in half again. Cut off the left bottom corner of the paper. The left bottom corner of the paper. The left bottom corner of the paper. Okay? Fold the paper in half again. And then cut off the right bottom corner of the paper. Cut off the right bottom corner of the paper. Okay. Now open your eyes. Unfold the paper and show it around. Unfold the paper and show it around. Please, show it around. You see, we see different papers. Here is a paper with 2 holes, paper with 5 holes, paper with 3 holes, paper with 1 hole. And here, a paper without any holes. Like this. Don't forget, we are talking about invisible differences. Please put the paper back on your desk. And think about the days that you have been arguing for a long period of time with someone, trying to convince what you think is better, and that someone couldn't understand what you are trying to say. I usually wonder why people don't understand each other. Well, we all know and accept the fact that people are different in many things, in gender, in education, in wealth, in life experiences, even in age, where they are born, where they grew up, in many things. And in line with that, their perceptions, their ideas, the way they understand things, their values are different. These are visible differences, relatively easier to understand. But ask yourself, is it only because of these visible differences that we just mentioned that we don't understand each other? No. Our misunderstandings among people is much wider than the visible differences we have. If you disagree with your friend on a given issue, and if you completely think that your idea is absolutely right, you think, what's wrong with your friend? Isn't it? If you are smart enough, you start considering your visible differences between you and your friend. You may say it could be because he or she is younger or older, or it could be because just she is a girl, or it could be because just he is a guy, that he can't or she can't understand what I'm trying to say. That is even if you are smart. I bet you. Even after considering all the possible visible differences between you and your friend, you may not find a reason why your friend is not getting your point, why your friend is not understanding you, why your friend is refusing. You see, now this is a time that you will realize that there could be some possible invisible differences between you and your friend. Sometimes you may start thinking about your friend. So if you don't find any reason that may explain why your friend is thinking differently, that's disappointing. You may start scratching your head, being upset, and you may temporarily decide to avoid your friend. Why? Because you think your friend is wrong. Please, at this time, remember the fact that there could be some possible invisible differences between you and him. You don't necessarily need to know what are these invisible differences. You just need to accept that there could be such invisible differences. You know what? Much of our misunderstandings originate from these invisible differences. Just because you don't know why your friend is refusing, you may think that your friend is acting deliberately and refusing. You see, you are misunderstanding your friend. If you dig enough, okay, if you dig enough, respecting your differences, you too may finally find out that you are saying the same thing. Or if you don't have the patience to dig that much, just respect the difference and agree to disagree. Let alone the invisible differences. Let alone the visible differences. The invisible differences. People may not consider the visible differences. Imagine a girl sharing her problem with her boyfriend. Might be interrupted by the guy saying, "This is not a big deal, we'll solve it like this." And she gets upset. Why? Because girls want to be heard. Guys, you should take a note. Girls want to be heard before you rush to the solution. And when she gets upset, the guy gets upset. Why? Because guys consider themselves as Mr. Fix-It, okay? And when he tries to fix it, she is getting upset. See, people are not understanding each other just by not considering this visible difference of being a guy or a girl. So, from now onwards, please change the word misunderstanding to different understanding. Okay? You know, our differences, not only the visible ones, but the invisible ones make us to think differently. And that's nice, because looking at one thing from different dimensions is possible for one person, but it is more possible for one or more people. Isn't it? So no misunderstandings, just different understandings.
Thank you very much, Master Thomas. I'm not allowed to say anything about this speech. Our next